Canada PM Trudeau says his main rival abandoning Ukraine due to Trump influence.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ottawa, November 24. Canada's Liberal Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Friday said his main political rival on the right was abandoning Ukraine under the influence of Donald Trump, the Republican frontrunner in next year's U.S. election. In a preliminary vote on Tuesday, all 109 Conservative lawmakers in the House of Commons opposed updated legislation for the free trade agreement between Canada and Ukraine, which received the unanimous support of all the other parties. Advertisement scroll to continue. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who is leading in all polls, said his party did not support it because it would force Ukraine to adopt a carbon tax. To see the Conservative Party of Canada decide not to support Ukraine with something they need with the absurd excuse that it's because Ukraine is going to put a price on pollution, is ridiculous, Trudeau told reporters in French at a news conference in Newfoundland. Advertisement scroll to continue. The real story is the rise of a right-wing, American MAGA-influenced thinking that has made Canadian Conservatives, who used to be among the strongest defenders of Ukraine, turn their backs on something Ukraine needs in its hour of need, Trudeau said in English a little later, speaking after a meeting with top officials from the European Union. Advertisement scroll to continue. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau takes part in a climate change conference in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, October 18, 2022. Advertisement scroll to continue. On Thursday, Poilievre insisted that he supported Ukraine and a free trade deal, but voted against Justin Trudeau forcing a carbon tax into that pre-existing agreement.
This post received a score of 5,900, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
From the article, in a preliminary vote on Tuesday, all 109 Conservative lawmakers in the House of Commons opposed updated legislation for the free trade agreement between Canada and Ukraine, which received the unanimous support of all the other parties. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who is leading in all polls, said his party did not support it because it would force Ukraine to adopt a carbon tax. The trade bill includes language that the two countries will promote carbon pricing and mitigation, but does not have provisions that force such a plan.
Which is dumb because Ukraine already has a carbon tax. We would be following existing policies.
They literally do not care about Ukraine. It's all about playing the oil and gas good, woke climate tax bad, culture war back at home in Alberta and the GTA.
Don't kid yourself. These people would choose Putin over their own country.
Trudeau's not wrong. The CPC is parroting Republican propaganda. The Canadian Conservatives are like the annoying little brother of the Republican Party. They see the Republicans do it and they're like, me too. Me too. That's why anyone that's pro-choice is scared of them getting elected. We don't want to take their word for it when they say they won't touch abortion, because look how that worked out for the Americans. The former interim leader of the Canadian Conservative Party.
Wait, what? WTF happened to Pierre?
Interim leader before the election of Poilievre. Sorry. I'll reword the original comment to make it clearer.
Trudeau is an absolute clown, but he is right on this one. The far right and especially the Trump crowd love gargling Putin's gravy. Imagine if 40 years ago you told a staunch anti-red Republican that in a few generations they would be foaming at the mouth to support a Russian dictator just to own Talibs.
Seems weird for a Canadian campaigning for the top spot. Isn't there a giant Ukrainian-Canadian population there?
Yes, from the article. Canada has the highest number of Ukrainians after Ukraine. That's interesting to know.
After Ukraine and Russia.
He's abandoning Ukraine because he doesn't have a thought in his head that didn't come from social media. He has no plans, only slogans. He's Canada's Ron DeSantis. Calling him imitation Trump gives him credit.
You're totally correct. Little PP has never said what he actually plans to do if elected. He just does a great job of convincing Canadians that everything wrong in their life is Trudeau's fault.
Greater than he just does a great job of convincing Canadians that everything wrong in their life is Trudeau's fault. There was a radio ad on the radio a little while ago from PP, just straight up, your city is a crime-ridden hellhole and it's all Trudeau's fault. Elect me because I'm tough on crime. This message brought to you by the Common Sense Conservatives.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.